All right, so let's just start with the overall energy and let me see what I'm feeling. Okay, so the two things that, or the three energies that I feel are in tune are the High Priestess. So this is a very spiritual woman, and she is a woman of faith, and she's got like a very mature and spiritually evolved sense of acceptance about her. She's just very demure, she's covered up, and she's foregoing the material pleasure and the material gains from this world to pursue spiritual enlightenment. And this is also, your intuition at its highest. Doing the right things just for the betterment of everybody, not just for yourself. So I feel like this is a very spiritual card for you guys. However, it's showing up in the reverse position. So I feel like in this situation that you're in, you don't have that enlightenment. You're going through life a little bit muddled. Like you might not have all the information. In the traditional sense, the High Priestess also talks about, an unveiling, basically lifting removing rose-colored glasses and looking at the world for what it really is. So it's this sense of intuition and also, vision and clarity of vision. So I feel like that's lacking in this reading. On top of that, you have the Eight of Swords, which is it looks like a very painful energy because she is wound up. She's bind. She can't see what's going on around her. And you have all those swords around her as well, and swords are mental energy. So her thoughts are like turned into swords, and she's using them to surround her. She's surrounding herself with these mental, thoughts of anguish. And she doesn't know her situation. She doesn't know that she's alone and that in fact there's an opening behind her and she can like cut herself, loosen up her binding, remove the blindfold and escape from that situation. It doesn't look like a very desirable situation. But she doesn't have all the information. I feel coupled with this, the High Priestess, she does not have the information to fully gauge the situation she's in and to fully see the full picture to get herself out of this. And I feel as we're going through this month, and it is the first month of this year, Libra, you're trying to find that place. You're trying to get yourself to this place where you have clarity of vision. You're trying to be here. And it's important for you to be here. But let's look at the other cards too and find out how we can, get you here. So in addition to that, if we're looking at, spiritual enlightenment, if that's the path we're going towards, we have the Knight of Cups, and I'm going to use the cup to represent, water and also, emotions and spirituality and things like that. So you have the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Cups coming in the reverse. So if you're dealing with a person that is a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, be on the lookout. He's not for your greater good. And he is appearing right next to the Page of Swords, and the Page of Swords is turning away, when in fact he should use his sword to cut this person out of your life. So Libras who are dealing with a water sign that is not upfront and honest and, who is more of a taker than a giver, I think it's time for you to intuit the person's true intentions and just cut them out of your life. So look this way and just cut them off. That would be the advice. You have the Knight of Cups is also on top of the Knight of Wands. So it's appearing like this, in which both people are not upfront. Both people are just not exhibiting their true selves. So the Knight of Wands is a fire sign, and he's coming in. He's got all this really strong like libido, and he wants to basically. I feel that if it's a romantic situation, he's one of those people that you need to look out for, even in the upright position. But he's generally honest in the upright. In the reversed, he doesn't want a long-term commitment. He doesn't want a relationship. He might talk big, but he doesn't want anything from you except, to court you and then leave you. So be on the lookout for that. And it worries me that he is actually right behind, underneath the King of Cups, and he's also appearing next to the Ace of Swords. So I feel like, again, another person that, given the chance and given the right circumstance, you need to just slash that out of your life as well. So, with the first, the first card, we have the Three of Wands, and this is, it's creative energy, but I feel like a blockage just because it's reversed, and it's also, looking back at the past and contemplating a move. So a move far away, or a journey, or, just wanting to remove yourself from a situation. And I feel that, you do have the Page of Swords coming in, and he's also looking at this situation forlornly, and he's, the Page of Swords is using your intellect, using, pages are not very mature, so they might use their verbal rapport or verbal agility to cut people, to harm people, and to, hurt feelings and things like that. But I feel like he's in the upright position, and overall, it's a generally good card next to this. So you're trying to see how you can move forward, how you can, like, just get rid of this blockage. And I feel like the gift of the intellect, using your mind, don't rely on your intuition to talk yourself into staying, but rather use your intellect to assess situations and allow yourself that chance to move on. And the Page of Swords, or, people with the air signs will actually help you. And then on top of that, you do have, the Eight of Swords, where you can't see your way out. So you're at a standstill, so you need to rely on that. At the same time, you have the King of Cups, and this is a very mature, older water sign. So Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio, he's coming in the upright position, so he's offering you this gift of, emotional fulfillment, so this gift of love even. But I feel that he's coming in after the Knight of Cups and right before the Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Wands are both in the reverse position. So you might have a little bit of a problem trusting this King of Cups. He's upright and he's the king. He's very mature, and he actually will not, hurt you. But you're actually very fearful. Like, you can't see your whole situation. You don't know who to trust. You don't know your surrounding, and you can't really, at this point, you can't trust your intellect because the swords have done you wrong. So on top of that, your intuition is, with the High Priestess, it's out of whack too. So you don't really know if you can trust this man, this King of Cups. But it could also be a woman too. This is a general reading. But I feel that he's upfront about things. So, if someone is just, I would say still give it a chance. And then towards the end of the month, we have this Ace of Swords, where you want that gift of discernment. You want it very badly, but it's being withheld, and it's not coming in when you need it. And I feel like with all the people in your life that you're dealing with, and Libras are just, they're very social people, and their sense of self is pretty much, most of the Libras are, their sense of self is tied up with the people that they associate with. So they crave partnerships, and they love to be in relationships, and they love to have a partner, and they feel like incomplete by themselves. So that's why they have rush into things with, wrong people. So you want that gift of discernment towards the end of the month, so that you can see the forest for the trees, and you can, know who to trust. But I feel like it's not coming in and I apologize for that. I wish I could give you, more, uh, make things a little more optimistic, but I feel like it's not coming in. But the thing to know is, Libra, you are an air sign. You don't need this gift of intellect from the universe, and you already have it within. So I feel like in the past, you might have been a little too indiscriminate. So it's important for you now to hone that skill. Don't rely on external forces to tell you. Don't wait until the very last minute for things to go bad for you to realize, oh, this person is not good for me. You have that sense within, that sense of balance. So if you're giving more in a relationship than the other person is giving you, then you already know. Like, your sense of personal balance should be able to tell you, to guide you in who to keep and who to, expel from your life. So on top of that, towards the end of the month, we do have this Five of Cups. So in the upright position, he is mourning. He's mourning over, these three people who might have revealed themselves to be, not forthcoming, honest, and, who did him wrong. But he doesn't see these two that are still there for him. So you still have a lot of gifts left in your life, a lot of people who still care about you. So don't mourn. And in the reverse position, which, this card fell out in this reading in the reverse. So you're actually not going to let that bother you, because people have shown themselves to be who they are. So you're going to let it go. And that's a good thing. That's a great message here. That you started out, with as a page, but now towards the end you've evolved into a knight, probably a knight of swords. So you're a little more discerning, and it's important to know also that you have that within you. You don't need this gift from the universe that is, might or might not come along. You have that gift within you. So be a little more discriminate and assess the situation realistically. If someone is not giving you back what you dish out, then, or what you've given out, then that person is not the right one, okay? And just wait for the right time and let the right person in, because they will show you that it is okay to trust, that, they will show you that, okay, that you've honed in on your skills, and now you've evolved, and you know how to be discriminate when it comes to choosing your friends, the people you get into friendships with or relationships with. All right, and I do feel here, there's this one last card, the Ten of Pentacles, which is in the reverse. So it deals more with monetary abundance. So you might not be on top of things this month. And on top of that, it is next to the Knight of Cups appearing like this. So maybe it shows a happy home too. So it's just material and spiritual and emotional abundance in general. So maybe you were hoping things would work with this Knight of Cups, but he's basically, whatever you give him is the cups upside down, so it's spilling back out. So it's endless with this guy. He's a taker. And on top of that, he's just squandered your wealth. Or you've squandered your wealth on him, and now you feel like you can't achieve that abundance anymore. But things will pick up, and you're becoming more discriminate towards the end of the month, which is good. All right, so I'm really hoping that next month will be a lot better for you guys. But please comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know how you feel about this reading, and let me know, if the interpretation is accurate. Because I feel like it's a very dark month.